Hi guys, it's Ali here from Arty Ali, back with another chat and flip through of the second of the three books I got in my Japan Amazon book haul. And today we are looking at Usagi-san's Fairytale Fantasy Adventure picture book or colouring book. Down here it says Fairy Garden, Starry Couture and Mermaid Jewels, a wonderful fantasy world and cute mysterious goods. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to having a little look through what this book has to offer and has to say, and all the different bits and pieces. So it starts as we would expect, like the other one, with a little story, and the story is introduction. Rabbits love sparkly things. The sparkly strawberries growing in the fairy garden, beads made from pieces of seaweed, and accessories made from glowing oars on the seabed. The abundant harvest of the witch's forest, the tea made from herbs, the bright smiles of children saying how delicious it is. Yes, the excitement in Nin's heart is especially sparkling and she loves it. The task of compiling this collection of rabbits into an illustrated book was one of the most enjoyable times of my life as an artist. When you open Usagi's fantasy and picture book, you are always a master of colour. Add colours as you like, love your own ideas, do not compare yourself to anyone else. The key is to relax. The rabbits are looking forward to seeing this book enriched with the colours of your excited hearts. The heart-fluttering experience you will have through this book is more beautiful than any jewel, and this rabbit collection is one that you will wish to see in an illustrated book. I mean, beautiful sentiments, and I absolutely agree. If I could colour half as well as the artist has coloured these pages, well then I will be more than happy. Would be absolutely wonderful. And then we turn over the page. Sorry, I'll just get you in shot. And we have these beautiful, again, these beautiful colour samples, which are just so the first one, I thought at first that it was divided by seasons, but it's not divided by seasons. It's divided kind of by topics. So, excuse me while I drink some coffee. This is the Fairies Research Notebook, and that's obviously the first topic that we're going to be looking at. And it is kind of spring, because it says, when spring arrives, Usagi goes into the fairy garden where many fairies live. She collects various discoveries there and keeps them in her notebook, which she uses as ideas for her illustrated encyclopedia. Here you can take a sneak peek. I mean, yeah, lovely little things. So you can see the little fairy bunny, some different plants, obviously. Yeah, this really reminds me of a Zentangle thing. I said before, I used to do Zentangle, and that definitely reminds me of some of the things we used to get in Zentangle. I love this leaf. So she obviously collects bits and pieces of nature. The paints would suggest she paints, pencils, all those kind of things. So that's really cute. Over on this page, this is the mermaid part. So summer, and again it's summer now, so summer is a busy time for Usagi as he ventures to the sea and the sky. It's his favourite season, and he can find lots of sparkling things. Minerals from this ocean floor and star fragments are must-haves for Usagi's illustrated book. And this bit up here are the undersea crystals that help you find lost things. And this is lighthouse ore that glows at night. And here we obviously come over, and this is autumn. It's the witch's tea salon. I can't help but drop by the witch's forest in the fall, because there are so many delicious and cute things there. The tea salon menu is also full of magic. I have to taste them all and make sure they're included in my encyclopedia. So you've got full moon tapioca, a leaf tea, a root tea, watagumo float, new moon tea. That looks quite interesting. I love all these little crystals. I'm looking forward to colouring crystals. And obviously then we move on to the winter, which is Rabbit's Christmas tree. A traditional winter event is helping Santa Claus. The tiny workshop is busy delivering presents according to letters received from all over the world. Of course, the rabbits also help decorate the tree and celebrate Christmas. Quite a few rabbits here. Ah, really cute. Really cute. Same as we have in the Midnight Tea Party with plush animals. We have a little bit of colour theory, talking about, you know, how to place your colours together, how to blend your colours, how to do gradients, gradients with more than one colour, etc. So that's pretty cool. Now, I've now discovered how we work this. You have to sign up to a Japan book club, basically, and when you sign up to the book club, it gives you access to these little postcards, which are all coloured in. So what you get basically is coloured in versions of this whole book, but they're postcard size. So you can print them off and you could use them as reference, you could use them as inspiration and a guide. And the other bit you get, which I think is really lovely, is you get a PDF of the book. So it's A4 size and you then get a PDF. Now, I like PDF for two reasons. One, it means I can import it into something like Procreate and I can have a go at seeing what colours I think would work on the page, and that's really lovely. The other thing I can do is it means I can print it off and I can experiment without the awful fear that I am going to ruin a book that effectively costs me a lot of money, and it costs me a lot of money because of the shipping. Over on this page you will find the instructions on how to join, and before you ask or you think, wow, she speaks fluent Japanese. No, I don't speak fluent Japanese. I don't speak fluent anything. I don't even think I speak fluent English at times. But this Google Translate is your friend. So if you download the Google Translate app, you can get it to access your camera and you can just literally hover over the page and it will translate it for you. However, of course, if you use Google, you can also use this, the QR code, you can scan that in, and then of course it will translate the page for you anyway. Now, it did take me a couple of attempts to get onto this page, and some of that was because when it says confirm, there's a little thing underneath that says verify you're human, and if you don't verify you're human, it just keeps looping you, but that's okay. We figured it out, and then I was able to access the PDFs perfectly, no problem whatsoever. So it asks you a secret question, which I'm not going to reveal because it's a secret question, and then you're able to access the download. So really, really clever, really nice, and I'm very pleased that I mastered that. And here we are into our first actual real page. Now, unlike the Midnight Tea Party, we don't have our colour examples at the beginning, really. I mean, we've got a couple of them, right? But to me, these are only snippets. They're not like we had before. We had actual full colour scenes, which made it a lot better. So we have our introduction over here, which is the books lined up on the shelves of the Secret Atelier, Usagi's precious collection. These are picture books filled with many fantasies collected from the world of fairy tales. In fact, when you open this picture book, you go into that world at any time. It serves as a doorway. So I think that's really lovely that there's lots of doors on the books. Really beautiful page to colour. I mean, if you like books. And I do quite like colouring books. And I like colouring bookshelves as well, because you've kind of got a nice frame, right? And you know, your wood gives you a really good start, so you don't have that fear of, oh, what shall I do with the page? What shall I start with? How should I do this? Well, wood. Let's start with the wood. We all know how to do the wood. The only thing that I always find a little bit tricky is, well, what would I do at the back? Like, my wood shelves have a wooden back and the wood goes down this way. So I suppose I could draw in the slats. But I've also got some shelves that are open, and therefore they're just the colour of the wall behind. I will maybe leave that decision until the end and see how we feel. I have a feeling that this would take quite a while. The line work is quite faint. It's also a little bit pixelated or blurred. But sorry if my head was in shot then. But you know, we're going to work with it because, and I think it's going to need incredibly sharp pencils, right, to get the effects that you want, and pencils that will blend super, super well. Okay, so these are all of his books. And this is a list of some of the titles of the book. This is Santa's Letters, which I kind of think you can guess because it's got the Christmas tree theme on it. So that kind of helps you to figure out what's going on in that one. This is the actual fairy research notebook. This one is called Starry Night. And this is the witch's recipe book, and I can't remember what this one is called. Must be the C one, I think. Okay, and then this just says open the door to your imagination, and you can see he's going in through a book with his teapot. Have a nice trip. Yeah, and then here we go. So this is the research notebook, so that's what the titles are, and he's off. It's funny because Usagi-san is obviously a boy, but this looks like, I don't know, is this a basket? Yeah, this is a basket, but he's got, you know, flower in his hair. He's obviously non-binary, which I love. We don't have to classify him as boy or girl. He can be what he wants. Nice little border here, which pretty much creates it into a double page spread, but great opportunity to practice your different metals, you know, your silver, your gold, your rose gold. Yeah, really lovely. There's a lot of detail in these, like way more detail than I was expecting there to be. It kind of reminds me of not magical, Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford, and some of the scenes there that are just spectacular, but the detail in them, you know, look, these little test tubes here, and even like the drawings on the wall. I guess what I'm really liking, at least there's not too much background, right? I mean, by the time you've coloured that, it's not going to be too much, and you'll feel a lot better. I guess they're flowers too. Tools. Oh my god, what is going on in the flower dress shop? That's a lot. I mean, I didn't think I would be overwhelmed, but I'm definitely feeling overwhelmed by this book right now. I mean, it is beautiful. I'm not saying it's not beautiful, but I don't know if I can colour in it to make it look any good. I think this is probably definitely going to be one of those books where I'm going to start by printing out and having to go on you know, normal paper first to see whether, and then transferring it. I do kind of like this. This reminds me of, does anybody remember, I mean, I'm going to show my age here, but back in the day, in the 70s, we used to collect a comic called Bunty, and on the back of the Bunty comic was Bunty herself, you know, and there was always a theme to her clothes, and you could cut out Bunty and cut out her clothes, and they had little tabs to flick them over the Bunty's shoulders so that she could wear these different outfits. And I'm pretty sure it was a weekly comic. I mean, every week it would be a different theme, you know. She'd be like tennis, or she'd be going skiing if it was winter, or it'd be like a summer picnic. And it was just, yeah, that's very reminiscent of that. But I know that was all the rage back then anyway. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, I guess these are nice. They're little vignettes in a sense, aren't they? But they are all on a page, so you couldn't do this and say, "Done, done." You'd have to carry on. And another double page spread, making strawberry jam by the look of it. There's definitely a lot of strawberries, but I like colouring strawberries, so that's not so bad. And this will be the second adventure, which will be the underwater adventure, which I suppose will be great if we're doing, you know, mermaid. Mermaid's always a good excuse to be doing these things. It's not the witch's salon. The of the sea. So again, this is, again, one of those pages, there's a lot going on, but maybe it won't be, I mean, great bubble techniques, won't be so bad once you got into it. Oh, wow. Whew. Yep, overwhelmed. Oh, that's slightly simpler. I feel like these crystals I could probably tackle, because once you've done the crystals and you've done the stars and you've done the rabbits, you're virtually done. So that might be something that I could start with. In fact, I might pop one of my handy dandy bookmarks in there just to say, yep, I like that page, and I might start with that page. Oh, I didn't translate this page. I didn't know there was going to be some more. I thought we'd kind of finished from the beginning, but we can, of course, very quickly ask Google Translate to tell us what is being said on this page. So we have, let's have a look. Fish arch choker necklace. It's interesting. A star-shaped message bottle pendant that will answer your wishes. We've got a, let's have a look, what is this? A conch shell that lets you hear the whispers of the star. The twin star locket pendant, well, that's quite cute. Then we have here the starfish meteor shower comb, and over here we have swinging jellyfish earrings. Really quite nice, very nice indeed. So yeah, oh sorry, I didn't do the dolphin ones, did I? What does the dolphin say? Dolphin constellation pin badge. And here we are, Mermaid Cosmetics. This is a nice page. Again, I quite like that page. Just the little bits and pieces, the little makeup brush. You know, you pick some really lovely watery themes there. Now, this is such a weird page because the line work is so different. And I was looking at it for ages, and then I was like, oh, I wonder if it's because these are all meant to be lampshades. I mean, they're very Art Deco-y, aren't they? And who's the other guy? The Scottish artist that did a lot of these pieces. But yeah, and I can't think of his name now. But yeah, very reminiscent of that. Okay, so now we're on to the Witch's Tea Salon. So it's going to be all these ingredients. Oh, loads of different places, which I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Let's see. Move it over slightly so I can get to the... obviously, we've got the lighthouse in the sky. So lighthouse in the sky. We've got the balloon landing space. We have the... what do we have here? We have the observatory above the clouds. In the center, we have the moon clock square. Over here with the sewing machine, it's Patchwork Workshop. Over here, it is the Saturn Manufacturing Lab. We've got the Cotton Garden. We've got the Stardust Forest. Wow, Stardust Forest, so many, really cool. Cotton Garden I like. The Observatory in the Sky, the Balloon Landing Place, the Lighthouse in the Sky, the Patchwork Workshop, the Saturn Lab, that's really cool. And over here, the moon balloon. I need, I'm really, my OCD is like, I need to put an L in there to make it correct. It needs to be another L, but you know, we're going to let them off. So yeah, here we have some more cool things. I quite like the things pages, if that makes sense. So this just tells us which town he's in, and I'm not entirely sure of the town he's in, but that's okay. Sequins, stars, the map. I mean, we could have worked that out, couldn't we? We're not, you know, doesn't need a Japanese. And this is his bag full of important things. Bag is full of important things, snacks and drinks. He's got hot milk with moon lumps. Moon lumps, I suppose that must be moon lumps. He's got some pound cake and some fruit cake. That's what pound cake is, I think. And then he's also got a thing saying the first stars will soon be visible. And this is his planet lantern, and this is his sewing needles. I think that's what it says. Let me check. Thimbles, yeah. And then over on this page, he's got all of his other little bits of goodies. So this is pieces of sky. So I think that's really important, because if you didn't know, right, I mean, you could guess some of it, but you wouldn't have guessed that that was pieces of sky, or at least I wouldn't have guessed that it was pieces of sky. I mean, obviously you can, you know, you can say that that's a snowflake spool. You can understand that this is rainbow thread, but you wouldn't, right? So this is rainbow thread. This is pieces of sky, like I've said. This is a celestial pin. These are his migratory bird scissors, and this is his Milky Way measure. I like that, Milky Way measure. It's quite interesting. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Although I'm really not seeing what that's got to do with the witch's cottage, but that's okay. Again, another little quilty page. This is a nice simple page. Yeah, you could do lots of different things on that. Okay. Oh no, this is the witch's tea salon, maybe. So I apologize, I got no idea then where we just were, because when you go to the beginning, we've got this one, we've got this one, we've got this one, and we've got this one. We don't actually have whatever this one. Let me just go back and look, because we were in there, weren't we? Mermaid Cosmetics. It's still all the mermaid. Oh no, it's not the mermaid. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it's Starry Sky. Okay, so that was Starry Sky, which we kind of could have guessed, because it was all about the sky. So this was Starry Sky. Sorry if we're flipping through again. Now we've gone to the witch's tea salon and all of the ingredients in there. Oh, that's a cool page. That's really quite cool. Very this page I feel I could do. I feel like this is a page with the cups I could pick a colour scheme and I could tackle. I love all the different types of mug. The dinosaur mug, the swan, the moon, the tarot, well, not the tarot, the astronomy. This looks like it could be a pumpkin. Oh, chocolate one, for a gingerbread one. Really lovely. Oh, wow. Yeah, nice little snacks. Really cool snacks. And again, you've got one with slightly different line print, like slightly darker line print here. But these are obviously all of the desserts, the yummy, yummy desserts. Well, at least I'm going to think. Oh, brilliant. Zodiac sign birthday sweets. So that's pretty cool. So you've got Aries. I don't even know. I'm not even sure what's going on with Aries. But anyway, this is Taurus. I'm glad that we've got, you know, I can translate it, because I'm not going to manage it any other way. This is Gemini, which I might have got because there's two, and Gemini is the twins. Down here, you've got Cancer. Then you've got Leo. Then you've got Virgo. Oh, look, there, you can see the sign. Look, see, I've just noticed that if you look really closely, you can see the sign. So that's how you can work them out. This is Libra. This one down here is Capricorn. This is Scorpio. This one here is Aquarius. And this is Sagittarius. And this makes this one Pisces. Lovely. This Pisces has definitely got the fish, right? I'm not sure about some of the others and how they fit to the, you know, the astrological signs. Okay, so here we are, the Witch's Teapot collection. This one is a slight scent of the sea. This is, I collected some morning soup. This is Moondrop. It's labelled Moondrop. What's it say underneath? Our Taste of the Sea, Lighthouse Teapot, Flower Teapot. This says Celestial Sphere Teapot. Really nice. I like this. This is a nice page. Yeah, and this is a example we've already got. We've got the magic cooking. I love, it'd be great to do this at Halloween, I think, just to really, this is easy to use magic items. So we've got a floating cookbook. We have got glowing mushroom lamp. We have got boiled stardust jam and syrup. We have got, what else have we got? Fluffy cloud icing. We have got moonflower honey. We have got, what have we got? Let's have a look. Good time in hourglass. Love good time in hourglass. This one, I'm not sure. Spacey spice set. The spacey spice set. Really cool. Great imagination. This must now be coming on to winter and Santa's workshop. I love the idea that, you know, you could literally use this at any time of the year because it's got all of the seasons and it's got so much variety in it, in terms of what you can do. So what have we got on this page? We've got a crown that will make you the king of Rabbit Kingdom. We have got a carrot swinging reward clock. We have got a ring of planets throwing toy. We have got a bell that makes stardust fall when shaken with a wish. Oh, I like that. Stardust fall when shaken with a wish. A notebook and pencil that become real when you draw on it. Oh, I would like to do that. Although be careful, don't draw a car inside the house. You're never going to get it out again, although it's going to look a funny car unless you're really good at drawing. The last thing pops out, the lost thing pops out of the Jack in the Box. Oh, that's quite cool. A music box that rotates by moonlight. We have a xylophone that can create a rainbow when played in order. We have a pull it along and gather friends. Oh, too cute. And this lovely doll's house down here, and it's just labeled rabbit toys. I love the imagination there of those rabbit toys. Okay, some series of snow globes, which is great if you like snow globes. Not sure if I do, but anyway, this one is the Fairy Garden Morning Dew Dome. And this one is a bubble dome where you can hear the mermaid singing. And this one is the Celestial Globe Dome with stardust beads. And this one on this page, looks like it's got tea bag, yeah. Witch's Homemade Flying Teardrop Dome. And this one must be Santa's, must be Snow Dome Workshop. Oh, that's a nice easy page. That's probably one I would get done in winter for Christmas. A little Christmas market. And we've got some recipes. Oh, how to do a tempura, paint your egg. And then we've got some little Easter eggs. So this is the craft section, which I do think is quite cute. So we have a rainbow egg. We have a full moon egg. We have a star egg. What do we have down here? We have various flower fairy eggs. We have, this one is the friendly twin rabbits. And this one here is witch hand drawing, wish granting magic circle egg. Oh, some nice little Easter decorations. Oh, so is that the same page? Oh, so you can cut them out and make them so they go on your tree. And then just your index, which we had in the other book. Whew, okay, well, thank you. If you managed to stick with me to the end, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If you could drop me a heart in the comments, a purple heart, because purple is my favorite color, that would be amazing. If you like this video, please like it. That means all of the world to me, particularly as I'm trying to grow this channel. Not for any reason really, other than I just feel like we all need a space where we can drop in, where we can meet people who are like-minded, where maybe we don't feel under pressure, where we don't feel like I'll never be able to achieve that. I promise you, anyone can do my colouring. It's really basic. It's not anything fancy. And I've learned lots of techniques and I've tried lots of things, but I realized that I'm just happiest when I just create for me and don't try to be too fancy, because at the end of the day, coloring for me is about giving my brain time to rest, my brain time to relax, my energy to slow down and to kind of find that almost trance-like moment. So yeah, so that's what coloring means to me. Anyway, if you liked the video, please drop me a like. If you really liked it, drop me a subscribe. And yeah, if you could take the time to leave me a purple heart in the comments, that would be magic. And if you have your own channel, let me know and I will be sure to visit you. Till then, let's color, and I'll catch you in the next one.